Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I'm currently doing my master's degree in South Korea, majoring in Korean culture and society. And today I just want to sit down and give you some more information on my master program, my university, and how you can get into it, how the admission process works, all of this. This is actually also for me a little bit weird because I usually don't sit down and talk to the camera. It already took me like 4 tries to start this video, but I'll do my best to answer your questions. Some of you sent me questions as well. Thank you for that. I hope I can give you some more information on the Academy of Korean Studies because that's where I'm currently studying. But first, some more background information about me. I'm from Germany and I did my bachelor's degree actually in German language and literature, and also took some classes in the English language and literature department. And during this bachelor's degree I spent 1 year in South Korea as an exchange student in Daegu. And actually I did not expect that I would come back to Korea after that 1 year. But I ended up liking it here so much that I really wanted to come back. I also ended up writing my bachelor's thesis about German literature in South Korea. And because I wanted to do more research on that topic, I decided to try to come back to Korea for a master's degree. And I applied, I failed, then I applied for the next semester again, and now I'm finally here. The Academy of Korean Studies, or the Korean name is Hangukak Jungan연구원, is actually not a university, but it's a research institute or research center that focuses on interpreting and analyzing Korean culture, but they also offer education in form of the master's degree or doctoral degree programs. So there is no bachelor's degree at the Academy of Korean Studies. The institute was established in 1978 and it's located in Songnam City, or actually at the outskirts of Songnam City. So Songnam City is a smaller city next to Seoul. It has around 900,000 inhabitants. And since we're a little bit outside, the location is not directly in the city. We have a bus connection though, so we can go to Songnam City and we can also quite easily go, for example, to Gangnam. It takes around 40 minutes by bus, or we can go to Seoul Station in 1 hour. And as I mentioned before, the Academy of Korean Studies offers master degrees. They also offer doctoral degrees, and they have some kind of fellowships that allow people that are studying in other countries but majoring maybe in like Korean culture to come to the academy for 1 semester and conduct research. Or I know they also have programs where you can learn Hanja, so like the Chinese characters. So I am doing the master's degree at the Academy of Korean Studies, which is a 2 years program, or longer if you take longer to finish your master thesis. I am majoring in Korean culture and society, which is part of the global Korean department. They have other departments as well, and they offer all kind of majors that are related to Korean culture or society or history. So you can study music or anthropology or history, all this kind of stuff. However, my major is the only one where the classes are taught in English and where there's a possibility to write your master thesis in English as well. If you go to their website, they advertise it that you can take my major without having any prior Korean knowledge. My Korean knowledge is still not high enough to take classes in Korean, which is why I chose the English major. I had the topic level 2 and I'm about to take the topic again and hope to get the topic level 3 in October, meaning I already had some Korean knowledge. The thing with this major is that if you want to start your master thesis, you have to get to topic level 4. Now, if you already know some other languages that are kind of related to Korean or similar to Korean, it's doable to get this level in 2 years, even if you have only very basic knowledge or no prior Korean knowledge. However, if you're maybe coming like me from Europe, then it will be very hard to get this level in the 2 years when you don't have any Korean knowledge yet. even though you're in Korea and you will study Korean, you have to take your classes as well, so you don't have time to focus that much on only studying Korean. So if you don't have any prior Korean knowledge yet, your life could be very hard at the Academy of Korean Studies. Also because even though your classes are taught in English, most other people at the school do not speak English, so you will have to use Korean. However, I gotta say that my Korean in this semester, especially my speaking and listening skills, improved a lot. Also, a little bit more information on how my major is structured. So my major is Korean Culture and Society, which is a very broad field. So how it works is that we have actually no professors that teach Korean culture specifically, but we have professors from the psychology field, from history, from economic, from literature, so from different fields. And what you will have to do if you come to the Academy of Korean Studies is you kind of have to choose your research topic and then choose the classes that will help you or benefit you the most with your research. Therefore, if you already know in what direction you want to go, then you should first have a look at the list of professors that are available in the apartment and see if there is somebody who can work with you. For the next part, I actually have my laptop here because I want to go with you through the application process. So if you go to the AKS website, the English one, and you can go on AKS News and there it says Notice, and there it will somewhere have the application guidelines. What I did when I applied was, because the application guidelines are only posted about a month before the submission deadline, which is very short. So what I did is I accessed the application deadlines for the semester before, and I just kind of prepared my documents according to these guidelines. And I have the experience that the guidelines do not change that much. So right now I'm accessing the one for the fall semester 2023. This was posted on March 7 this year. And then 10 days later already the application period started. So this means you're able to do the application in their online portal, and you also have to pay the application fee. That started 10 days later on March 17 and ended on March 31st, meaning you don't even have a whole month to prepare all the documents that are needed. I will also go through all the documents that you will need for the application a little bit later. The portal closes at the end of March, and then 2 months later on May 10 they announced the interviewees list, meaning if you pass the first round, which is the document screening, you will be invited for an interview. The interview will be conducted via Zoom and is actually kind of short. I think mine was only like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. There was a group of professors sitting and they just asked me questions about my research topic and why I want to study in Korea and why I want to come to AKS. So the interviews list was announced on May 10, and then the actual video interview date is May 17. So they already post the date, but on the day where it's announced who gets the interview, you will know the exact time as well. Then 1 month later, June 12, they announced actually who's accepted. They announced that on the portal, but you will also get an email. And you have a month time to submit again your original document. So what that means is that actually in the first application process, you will have to submit your certificate of your bachelor's degree or whatever. But at first you can just submit a copy of that, and then when you get accepted, you will have to send by post the original apostilled copy. So that was on July 17, and then on September 1st, the semester starts. Then for the required documents that you need, so there's an application form that's actually just some information that you have to put in, like what's your bachelor's degree and all these kind of things. You'll find that in the online portal, and you just will fill it in online. Then you have to write a personal statement. So they actually have some other documents that you can download where you already find like a prescribed form, and you just have to fill that in. So the personal statement, you can write it in Korean, but if you're majoring in Korean culture and society, then it's possible to write it in English. So that's what I did. And in there you should just write a bit about your personal background, and then also why you want to study in Korea, why you want to study especially in the Academy of Korean Studies, and also what's your future plan after you finish the master's degree. Are you planning to stay in Korea? Are you planning to do a doctoral degree? All these kind of things should be included in there. I'm not sure right now how many pages it was, maybe 1 or 2, but if you open the form that's there, then it will say how many pages it has. Then, besides the personal statement, you will have to submit a research plan, meaning you should choose some kind of area, maybe even a specific topic already, and write about why you wanna do research about that topic. And you should also review a bit, is there already previous research done on that field? You should do some literature review. You can write it in English again if you apply for Korean Culture and Society, otherwise it has to be written in Korean. I actually stressed out a lot about this because I thought it's like my final decision what I will do during my whole master's degree. However, when I came to the university, I learned that a lot of people changed their topics even several times during their degree. So don't stress out too much about the research plan. Just give them some basic idea in which direction you are planning to go, and show them that you already have some prior knowledge on this kind of topic. If you apply to do your master's degree at the Academy of Korean Studies, you automatically apply at the scholarship that students at the academy receive that is given by the Korean government. The scholarship means that you receive 800,000 won per month, which is around 560 euros. If you don't receive it in the first semester, you have the possibility to apply again for it in the second semester. You will have the scholarship for 1 year, and then they will reevaluate based on your grades if you will keep it for a second year or not. For the scholarship, what you have to do is keep a certain standard of your grades. I forgot the exact GPA right now, but I remember in the first semester mean should be like a B+, and in the second semester the mean should be like an A-. But if you receive the scholarship, it means that you're only allowed to leave the country for a certain amount of days during the year and also during the semesters. You will still receive your scholarship, but for each day, I think, that you're out longer, they will conduct some money from it. So you will receive less money for the time that you're not in Korea. Also, it means that you are not allowed to work during the semester outside of the campus. You can do work at the campus. However, if your Korean level is not that high, it's kind of difficult to get any jobs at the campus. And during the semester breaks, you are allowed to work, however, you will have to get permission by the academy. In general, I would say it's a good amount of money that you're getting. However, it's still good to have some savings as well, especially if you want to do some traveling or some nice stuff. So usually during the semester, I'm living in the dormitory. The dormitory costs us 543,000 Korean won for half a year, so 6 months, which is around 380 euros. So it's very cheap even for Korean standards. You will share the room with another person. There is also single rooms available that you can apply for, but it's not easy to get them. And obviously they will be more expensive. For the dormitory in general, so as I said, you will have a roommate. You will have your own bathroom in the room, which is very nice. And also there are 2 kitchens. The dormitory is actually 2 buildings, but you can access both of them. And there is 1 kitchen available for each dormitory building, where you can pay a small fee and then you're able to use the kitchen. You can also pay, again, a very small fee. It's like 2 or 3 euros. So you have your own space in the fridge, and you also have your own space in the cupboard. So that's all available. Yeah, and obviously you can do your laundry for free in the dormitory. If you want to use the dryer, you will have to pay, but we usually just dry our laundry on the rooftop. And another good thing for international students is that you will not have to pay any tuition fee, meaning the government is paying your tuition fee, and you can access the university for free. So literally all you have to pay is the dormitory fee, which is very cheap, and then whatever you want to eat or do in your free time. So much for the facts. And as I said, I've been studying at the Academy of Korean Studies for 1 semester now. So I arrived there at the end of February. Semester started in March, and now it's beginning of July. I think if you're somebody who's very interested in doing research and maybe even planning like your career going towards a doctoral degree, then it's a very good place for you. However, if you just want to come to Korea to have the full Korean university experience, then the Academy of Korean Study will not be able to offer that. That's because it's not a university, it's a research institute, and therefore we don't have the bachelor degree students, and there's a lot less people, which is also a good thing because the classes are smaller and you have the possibility to build kind of like a close relationship to the professors, and the professors are able to focus more on each student since there is less students in general. But also it means there is not any, for example, any university clubs. We don't have the typical university festival. All these kind of things are not available. So if you want to have the full-on Korean university experience, then the Academy of Korean Studies might not be the right place for you. But if you just want to do in-depth research about Korean culture or Korean history or something related to that, then it's definitely a good place, I would say. You will also be able to improve your Korean. I forgot to mention that they actually offer free Korean classes for all foreign students, and in the first year it's mandatory to take these Korean classes. And if you already have Korean knowledge, you will have the chance to improve your Korean for sure. However, at the university, it's also hard to meet other Korean students, especially if you're in my major, because my major is taught completely in English. So there's usually no Korean students taking these classes. And since there's no clubs or anything, it's also not possible to make Korean friends by joining a club. But other than that, you will meet a lot of people from other nationalities. We have students from all over the world, different continents, and that means that in your classes you will get a lot of different points of views from different cultures. After all, I am very happy that I got accepted. The academy does not accept that many students, and the fact that I got accepted with a scholarship makes me very happy. I really wanted to come back to Korea very badly, and so I'm very thankful for this opportunity. And I'm also happy that I get to share this information with you guys, because I know that the Academy of Korean Studies is not that popular yet. So I'm happy to share my experiences with you. And for those of you who are planning to already apply for the spring semester next year, so 2024, the application deadline or application period will be in September this year. So I think that starting from August, you should regularly check our school's website. And I wish good luck for everybody who is planning to apply. And I hope to see some of you at my school maybe in the next semesters. Thank you for watching this video and for following along my vlogs in general. So if you're interested in seeing more of the university, just go to my other vlogs. And I'll see you soon. Stay a minute.